The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step is a famous Chinese saying that is applicable to salespeople today. What you need to understand is that sales does not happen overnight and it's a long process. One of the first steps that you have to take is to actually approach the customer and gain the trust of the customers. So the approach is extremely critical, and one of the most widely used approach is the combination of introduction and referral. What do I mean by this? Is you introduce yourself, the organization that you work for, and the name of an acquaintance that the customer or the prospect is aware of. An example would be, my name is Deva Rangarajan. I am a professor at the Vlerick Business School. I was referred to you by our Dean, Professor Philip Haspeslag, with whom you have done business before. This is one of the most widely used approaches. Now, while you are trying to gain the trust of the customer or the profile, what you actually also can do is try to identify the personality style of the person in front of you. This is going to be extremely critical, especially when you have to tailor your message and adapt your message and style based on the person in front of you. There are 4 basic personality styles that you can actually identify. One of the first ones is the drivers. These are people who are extremely interested in the bottom line and are more in terms of assertive in their beliefs and are very low in responsiveness. They don't respond very well to you, but they pretty much know what they want. Typical examples or ways by which you can identify these guys are going to be by looking at their walls. And when you see the walls and they have all these diplomas and all the awards that they have won, these would give you some sort of an idea about the kind of personality. It is usually the drivers. Then we have the analyticals. These are people who actually like to go through lots of information before they can actually make a decision. For these people, the best way to work is to actually give them factual information so that they can make the decision themselves. Typical ways by which you can look at these guys are they will have a lot of information on their desk, orderly, not chaotic, and these are people who will go through information and will ask you for a lot of information. And then we have the expressives. These are the people who will have a lot of pictures of their family members and who are also people who are very, very high in terms of hand movements, hand gestures, laughing out loud, and people who have very strong opinions, and these would be expressives. The last one, probably the most difficult to gauge, are the amiables. And these would be the people who are very responsive to what you have to say, but they do not have too strong opinions of their own. And you come out of the meeting not necessarily realizing where you stand with them or how long will it take for you to convince this particular prospect or customers. So do remember, there's an approach, you introduce, use a referral, and gauge the customer's personality style. Once we do this, we're ready for the next step of the sales process.